Welcome, sports fans. I am Mike Davis, a professional sports handicapper. For all of my adult life, I've been involved with sports handicapping, fantasy football, over, unders, totals, etc. And recently, I've come across the absolute most outstanding thing that I've come across in a very long time. It's called PrizePicks. It allows us to combine our love for fantasy sports with overs and unders. So I'm going to explain to you how PrizePicks works in this tutorial video, so stick with me. So first off, you click the link down in the description. This is the page you come to. When you come to this page, simply click on Start Playing on the top right. Click on Start Playing. That will automatically link you with my promo code of MikeD100. And when you go there and do MikeD100 in the promo code, you will receive up to $100 on your first deposit. So if you deposit $100, $100 extra dollars will automatically be in your account when you start playing PrizePicks. Now, what I want to do here is it's Wednesday, about 5:45, December 8th. I'm going to log into PrizePicks here, and I'm going to actually make some plays. I tried to bring my account down to 100 as I wanted to actually start documenting this and moving it on up. I brought it down to 100 last night, but I've already made a couple plays today. Won a little money last night, so it's not exactly at 100. But let me get logged in here. Okay, so when you pull up PrizePicks, this is what you'll see. Here is my account balance right now, $166.25. So when we start this video, we're starting with $166.25. So here's the way it works. You're going to select some players. For tonight, what I like, there's a couple of things I like. Okay, first, let me go over this real quick with you. Up here is NBA, NFL, college basketball. You can do NBA first half. You can do college football, college basketball, as I mentioned, the NHL, MMA, boxing, soccer, you name it, you can do it. Okay, so what I'm focusing on tonight is the NBA. Points, rebounds, assists. You can do the fantasy score. You can do whatever you want right across here. The fantasy score, if you want to know how that works, just go to the scoring chart right here. On the NBA, the fantasy score. You scroll down, 1 point is a point. Rebounds, 1.2, etc. You can read right over it, right through it right there. Blocks, 3 points. Steals, 3 points. Turnovers, -1 point. So keep an eye on that. It's not your standard DraftKings or FanDuel scoring, so make sure you go in and make sure you understand the scoring if you're going to do the fantasy score. But again, you can do assists, rebounds, 3-pointers made, free throws made. And of course, what I've been doing mostly is points, okay? And what I look for is a matchup that is very favorable for the player himself. For example, tonight, Joel Embiid versus the Charlotte Hornets. And I'm going to give you a little tip right now. It's not necessarily just Joel Embiid, but any center playing against the Charlotte Hornets, folks, you want to strongly take a look at them on PrizePicks because centers are absolutely dominating the Charlotte Hornets right now. I know they're banged up a little bit along the front line, but even when they're healthy, they're not a great front line, especially defensively. So centers versus the Charlotte Hornets, you want to take a look at it not only on PrizePicks, but DraftKings, FanDuel, etc. But this video is specifically about PrizePicks because I frankly can't win on those other sites. I know more about it. I'm the #1 NBA handicapper in the world. I know more about the NBA than any human walking the earth when it comes to a gambling's point of view or who's going to win, who's going to score the most points, etc. Not necessarily gambling, but I just know it all. And I can't win on DraftKings. I can't win on FanDuel. I can dominate on PrizePicks. Absolutely dominate. You're not going against the sharps of the DraftKings and FanDuel world. You're going just strictly on over-unders with totals, etc. So I'm going to take Joel Embiid over 26.5. Now, in order to compete on DraftKings, you have to pair more than one player together, and they have to be off separate teams. Another matchup I like tonight is I like Steph Curry, but I like Steph Curry in the first half tonight. Okay, so I'll go NBA first half. I'll look down here for Steph Curry. He'll be down here later because he's a later game. And the reason I like him in the first half is he may not play much in the second half, as they should absolutely dominate Portland tonight. So I have Steph Curry, I have Joel Embiid picked out over here on the right-hand side. I can play them on the over and on the over. Now, you come down here and you have options here, folks. You have options. You can play a flex play. That means if you get both of them right, 2 times your money. So you bet $20, you get both of them right, you'd have $40. Okay? Or you can play the power play. This is 3 times your money when you're playing 2 players. So if I put $20, I win, both of them go over, my account will be credited with $60. That's great. That's fantastic, right? But look what happens when we add another player or 2. Let's go back up. Let's scroll back up. Let's go back to the NBA. Let's don't do first half with these. And let's look at a couple other players I like tonight. Let me grab it real quick. I can go back. Kelly Oubre, over 21.5. Now, I got him at over 20.5 earlier in the day, but I like him at over 21.5 also. So I can go back over here. Now, if I look on a flex play, I can hit 3 of them, and it'll pay 2.25 times. Or if I only hit 2, it'll pay 1.25 times on this particular flex play. Okay, so a flex play gives you the option. You can either hit 2 or 3. Now, it's not going to pay you as much odds as the power play. On the power play, you got to hit all 3 of them, but it pays 5 times your investment. So if I do $20, the payback would be right here. You can see it, $100. That's great. What happens if I add one more player? Okay, let's take a look. Who else do I like tonight? Let me scroll through. I had a couple people marked. I want to make sure I get this correct. Let me scroll through and double check. Kyle Lowry, over 15.5 points tonight. I like that. There's no Jimmy Butler. There's no Bam Adebayo. The scoring has to come from somewhere. It'll have to come from Hero, Lowry, and Robinson if the Heat are going to have a chance. I like the guy with the ball in his hands. I'll go over 15.5. So what I'll do is I have 4 plays here now. 4 plays. On the power play, 4 plays is going to pay me 10 times my wager. So if I do $20, it's going to bring me back $200 in my account. Or if I wanted to be a little more safer, play the flex play, 4 plays, winner would pay me 5 times, where if I won 3, it would pay me 1.5 times. Okay, so that's the way it works. The power play is a little bit more of a gamble, but it pays you a bigger payoff. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's play that power play. Let's play it for $20 to come back with $200. So that's your free play for this episode of PrizePicks. So there it is, folks. Joel Embiid over 26.5 points. Steph Curry over 13.5 points. Kelly Oubre, that's the first half for Steph, by the way. Kelly Oubre Jr. over 21.5 points, and Kyle Lowry over 15.5 points. We put $20 on that. The comeback is $200. Make sure you use the code MikeD100 when signing up, folks. That's what I have for you. Shoot me an email, leave me a comment. Of course, my email address, MikeDavisWins@gmail.com. PrizePicks, folks. It's the newest, best thing. It's the first time I've been excited in over 10 years, folks. This is legit. I love it. PrizePicks, baby.